5 or 6, actually probably 15 or 20 new members a day. And we were having some challenges getting them all registered, so we were just lining them up and putting them in one at a time as soon as we can get, processes done in place to get the registrations completed. When we first started in Nigeria as well, I was probably talking to just about every new luxury consultant that was launching at the time, because there was a lack of trust relative to online businesses, and a lot of the members wanted to make sure that they were spending their money wisely. So my day would start every day probably around 4 a.m. Canada time, because I would start receiving calls from all the Nigerian LCs who were investigating the company. And so my day would start at 4 a.m. and my day would end probably around 2 a.m. every single day. And I was probably spending about $30 or $40 Canadian a day on my phone bill, just to get the market started, and just to be there as a resource for the luxury consultants who were building the market aggressively to make sure that the business really got off to a good start.
That is amazing. Wow. Thank you so much, Brian. Because of the investment you made, because of the persistency you put in the business, and now we have Nigeria on a GWT map, and there are thousands of people's lives has been changed because of those actions you put in. And of course, not only you, and we do have to have a good leader on board to take this to the next level. Which that person is, as you just mentioned, our national ambassador now, Comfort Nagidu. And there are so many leaders also came out from this market, and because of a lot of investments and a lot of efforts everyone put in. I know between so the I if I remember correctly, in January, that's when the Nigeria started. That's when the conference got started, and then between January 2013 to November, there was a lot of up and downs. There are huge up, and we see a lot of people got started, and then there are times and everyone stopped. Because of whatever issue I think you just mentioned, because mainly because of the car issue, and I think that brought the trust issue and all that. And then you went to Nigeria in November 2013.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah, that's
please share with us a little bit what kind of investment first of all put in for that visit, and what kind of what have you done in Nigeria, and of course what are the results from that visit?
Well, thanks, Sherry. Well, I mean, obviously, there's a monetary investment which it does play a weight, but I don't necessarily look as much as the monetary investment as much as the time investment. Getting up and spending time, sort of leaving your family and traveling thousands of miles across the sea to what is at that point an unknown country and unknown territory. But once I got to Nigeria, it was business. It was time to get to work. And the interesting thing is that anytime I'm leaving my family, I know that I'm going to get a job done, and I want to get back home as quickly as possible, because I'm leaving some of the most important people to me behind. So we started the journey just doing what everyone does. We weren't having big meetings. We're having home meetings. Here you can see this is actually a meeting that we had, I believe it is in Mayowa at Yenka's house. We actually went there, and we had a number of people there looking at the business, and we did sort of a presentation. We had a little bit of a display of some of the products and what have you. And at that time we're just getting the ball rolling, being introduced to some of the biggest leaders that we have in the business today. That day probably would have started, early morning, probably about 9 a.m. And this meeting probably was happening probably around 9 p.m. That particular night. Where now she had brought in a bunch of people into her home. We did the presentation. At the end of it, people got excited, and subsequently, later, that week or that month, end up launching their malls. So the thing I loved about Nigeria is, and I still love about it, is the work ethic of the people. They have, tremendous ambition. They have tremendous work ethic, and literally, one of the things I realized was they really want the business to work. And I actually learned a little bit of Nigerian while I was there. I don't know if it was Hausa or what the language was, but it goes a little bit like this. So the day's coming to an end, and one of the LCs would come to you and say, Brian, are you tired? And I guess that's Hausa for I have another meeting, right? So it was pretty amazing. It always the day would always come down feeling like it's almost over, and then someone would come and say, Mr. Bryan, are you tired? And I know what that means. That means we have another tour, which means we're going to get in our car, we're going to drive, basically 45 minutes down the road to a church, and we're going to actually do the presentation to 40, 50, or 60 people. And that was really how that visit went. We went from home to home, business place to business place, back to Comfort's office, which was sort of our home base, and we were doing tours basically from 9 a.m. till whenever the last person would see us. This is actually a meeting, one of our first meetings that we had that was actually organized by Hawa. So, and Madam Hawa actually set this up, and it was an amazing event at an amazing facility. You can see there was all types of business women there. In the bottom right-hand corner is a picture at Mayowa's first tour, but the function that we actually had in the top left-hand corner was just well arranged. We had a little bit of food. It was an amazing event, and we met some amazing people, and that's really how the business started. We're in these small little venues with 5, 10, 15 people at a time, and from that's where the business really started to move, and it was from an event. And I think that's really what we want to impress upon everyone here is the events are what can actually be the thing that wakes up some of the sleeping giants who are in your business today. Every one of you on this call today have a sleeping giant in your business. And this event could be the exact thing that this person needs to get up and start taking action. And every time we come to these we have these events, there's something good that comes out of it. So, if you have a vision of wanting this business to work for you, the best thing you can do for yourself and the best thing you can do for people in your organization and your business partners is get them to commit to coming to the event. Every event basically has the impact and the ability to change the lives of countless numbers of people who attend. You want your people there.
Well, I absolutely agree on what all you said here, and I know in this event we actually have some sleeping giant. So, who are the a few leaders that you can recognize? Like actually, we know we who are the ones that exactly came out from this event.
Well, I think the big thing was, I was introduced to Hawa Bello Aleo at this event and at this actual visit, and Hawa at that time wasn't tremendously active in the business. She had saw it, she believed in it to some degree, but she hadn't really taken a lot of action. And after having an opportunity to speak with her and to go over the ins and outs and get her give some more understanding of the business, Hawa basically took off like gangbusters, and everyone knows the result. Hawa ended up being Rookie of the Year, at our next convention. So, she definitely was a sleeping giant, and Myoa, came on board, and she's now a regional ambassador. So, and I know probably, well on her way to, the next milestone in the company. And so, these events, you just never know who's going to come out of it, but I guarantee you that someone will come out of it. And though that person's going to be sort of the next big leader, potentially in the business and potentially in your teams, if you're on this call and you're listening today, that potential leader could actually be lying dormant right now in your organization, and they just need the right information, basically to wake up and start moving.
Yes, yes, absolutely. And we are very, very fortunate actually. Today, actually, I saw we do have our first national ambassador in the whole Africa on the call with us. And she's also the pioneer, started that market. And I'd like to invite Comfort Lagidu to share a few words and about starting a new market and what happens at big events. So let me see if we can, first of all, unmute her. I cannot unmute her from my end. Brian, can you try?
Yes, I'll try. Actually, yeah, actually, hold on. It says, hold on, let's see. Oh, she's self-muted. So, Comfort, we're unmuting you. If you can unmute yourself, that would be great. Seems as though you're muted on your end, Comfort.
Right. Okay. So let's before while we are waiting for Comfort to come to talk to us, and let's see if we can get Howard to.
She's unmuted right now. Comfort, are you there?
Yeah, she's unmuted.
Mm-hmm. Comfort, you're unmuted. If you can just try and speak, that would be great.
Yes, I'm here. Good evening.
Hi, Comfort. How are you, my dear?
I think that's the internet issues. That's another thing that I really admire. How you and Comfort work this out. I mean, there are a lot of internet issues, and a tour that normally takes us 20, 30 minutes, probably going to take you like 2 or 3 hours to finish one because of that internet issue there.
It's interesting. Right? It's interesting you mentioned that, because I remember specifically when we were doing tours at Comfort's office, that in the middle of the tour, the electricity would just go off in the first visit, and I would say, what happened? And they say, welcome to Nigeria. And so that was kind of the moniker that I remember from that visit, because the electricity would go off, and I would turn and say, what's going on? And they would say, welcome to Nigeria.
Wow.
So you're absolutely right. So I mean, there are always challenges, but it's not about the challenges, it's about how, what you do and how you overcome those challenges. And I think that's the one thing that I really admire about Comfort is the resilience of this lady, because when we first started in the market, as I said, we had challenges with credit cards, and mm-hmm. Comfort took it upon herself to do whatever she needed to get the market started, whether it was using her own credit card to pay for registrations and getting people to pay her the cash, and so we were actually conducting thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars of transactions on a daily basis. And we even had to put people in at lower memberships and then upgrade them one day at a time to get them to Diamond, because all the Nigerians didn't want to start at any membership other than Diamond. But because we had such limitations, we end up starting as many people as we can at lower packages, just so we can get them all positioned. And then slowly Jonathan at the office would would go through an upgrade process and upgrade them one at a time until they all became diamonds. And it was just an amazing to see, what came out of this market really from nothing, into what it is today. And it's really attributed to, not even me. It's attributed to the Nigerian leaders who are in the field there, because it's their hard work and their effort that really got the ball rolling. I was just sort of initially, just a messenger bringing a message and an opportunity, but it was the Nigerian people who took hold of the opportunity and turned it into what it is today.
Absolutely. To get started in a new market is not easy, but the result, once you put real action into this, and the result is just the reward is tremendous. So since we cannot really get Comfort to talk to us, I'd like to see if Hawa can share a few words, because Hawa experienced your first visit, and she was there at your second visit. She was there also, of course, on the third visit from you and Renee. And Hawa, you are unmuted on my end. If you can try to talk to us, will be great. We would love to hear from you and your experience.
Hello, Sherry. Can you hear me?
Love to hear from you.
Yes, one of the. Hi, Brian. Hi, Comfort, Kafina, Abdulrazak, Tony, Tony, Ambassador Lucy, everybody, all the leaders. It's good to be here. I actually was looking forward to this great webinar, because for me it was like bringing back very lovely memories.
Well,
First
absolutely.
Of all,
yes, go ahead.
Yes.
I'd like to hear from you, and I'd like to learn from you. What this visit that Brian did bring you to be so active and get you to that stage, and right now you are regional ambassador, and you are rookie of the year. You have you joined the six-figure income club, and all this achievement. I think as Brian saying, you are one of the sleeping giants from that.
Yes, Brian. Well, they're sleeping giants, but at the same time, the sleeping giants could be working underneath, because there are so many giants coming up, so we don't have to struggle with them. So while I agree that, yes, I could be a sleeping giant, at the same time, I'm doing my thing, yes. So, Brian, you're quite right, but a lot of things are going on. And the corporate visit is actually something I have personally looked forward to with my team, and we've been working to see that it's a success. At least we need our people to see the face behind GWT. And honestly, it's going to be a great one.
I think what Sherry was...
For me, when I started GWT, when I started GWT, it was like Brian said, we just were there. We were not really so serious. Then just after Brian's visit, Mr. Africa, everything turned around. It changed, and honestly, today it's history, because I remember the first visit that evening in at the DBM Plaza, where we had people all looking lost, and I mean, we actually had somebody who actually wanted to make trouble, and you could see that Brian was so, confident and defending GWT, that I was like, look, what's going on here? And honestly, after that visit, after that tour that day, the next day at the Musayar Adwa Center, it was something else. We got people who just came in, and we had some refreshments, and we had a good talk. People got to understand the GWT, and from that moment, I can tell you that it's not been the same. Honestly, it's just been getting better. Like in every business, we've had our challenges. But somehow, we're picking up, and I believe that with the coming of the corporate, which we're all looking forward to, is going to really, change the things for the best. I remember when after Brian's visit, Leo Skeller visited, and like I said, it got better with each visit from with each visit from corporate or from the leaders. We found out that we were getting more people and the market was blowing. I mean, by the time Renee and Brian came in September last year, I remember I turned regional ambassador September. I mean, it couldn't have been better. And my power woman, Mayowa Adeyinka, turned them regional ambassador 2 months after. It was really, I mean, a crazy period. We just saw, the LCs, I mean, VDMs coming up every day and all that. In recent times, we've had our challenges, but the good is that, I mean, corporate is working, things are happening. From the recent conference on products and the products conference, we're quite confident that, I mean, the next phase in GWT in Nigeria is going to be superb, and I really look forward to hosting the corporate team. So Brian, Sherry, maybe you've got to think about coming along with them, with Bin Bin.
That would be really nice. I would love to have Sherry there.
Yes, Sherry needs to come.
I would love to.
Don't worry, Sherry. You'll have like 3,000 babysitters.
So I can assure you, no more sleeping giants. Don't worry, the giants are all waking up. Well, so long as the main giant of the company is coming to Nigeria.
What I meant by the sleeping giant was that you were a giant before I came, and after I came, you're not a giant. You're not a sleeping giant now. Now you're a giant moving forward with full force. But I guess when I first came, you had a little bit to learn about the company. But once you learned what you needed to learn, you really stepped forward and proved the leader that you are. And you're well respected, obviously, in the company. And we know that you're going to be one of the people who really help us to do what we need to do to get the company to that $1 billion mark that we're striving for. And we all are going to play a part in that. And that's what the exciting thing is. So, Sherry, Comfort seems to be back, so I don't know if you want to try and get her on, or.
Well, that would be great if she can share a few words. She's the one who started that market, and she's the pioneer. Without her leadership, we won't be where we are right now. So, Comfort, are you there?
Comfort, you're unmuted. If you can try and speak.
Okay, so let's move forward and see if her internet got better. Sometimes her internet works, sometimes not. But let's move forward, and we also have our regional ambassador now, the 25K club member, the president.
Can you hear me, Sherry?
Hey, Hawa, that's a Comfort right now? Is it Comfort or Hawa? Is it Comfort?
Yeah, Comfort.
Hi, Comfort.
That was Comfort just now.
Yeah, we could hear you just a second ago.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening, Comfort.
Hi, Brian.
Hi, Comfort.
It's very bad. It's been raining over here.
Yeah, it seems her internet is not that strong. So
while I was trying to talk, can you hear me now?
It's on and off, a little bit on and off.
Can you hear me?
Now we can.
Okay, I think it's the network over here because it's just stopped raining heavily over here. So I think the network is very poor here. But all I can say about the corporate visit is that finally. Hi, Sherry, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay,
Yes,
okay. So I want everybody on this call, every LC on this call, to see this corporate ever we have. Let everyone understand that GWT has come to stay, and we should all put our hands on deck to make sure that we fill the hall with our own guests. We
Yeah, Comfort, you're breaking.
should use this.
You're breaking up. You're in and out. So we're having problems following your what you're saying. But I understand what you're saying in that all the LCs really should do their best to get as many people.
As an avenue to build our business, to build potential in this business, and to also give opportunity to our any visit from our my farm to Canada is coming, and we are going to have. Can you hear me?
You're breaking up. You're in and out. So
Hello.
it's hard to follow what you're saying because your internet's very
Hello.
poor. Yeah, I think the Comfort's having problems with her internet. So, Sherry.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I experienced the same, but I think we got her message. Everyone need to really do our best to promote this event to the highest, because to really value what the corporates visit. Let me move forward. I do have. Our regional ambassador Leo Scaler. I believe he's on this call with us right now, and he's first of all, I want to congratulate him to have the new title now as a father, and his baby just born just a week ago, and during the product conference, and amazing gentleman, and he was there in Nigeria back in February 2014, and he's been traveling around the world helping many people to get their dream come true, and to support many people. And he went to Nigeria for, I think it's to deliver a fairy marsh piece, and of course, he did amazing training over there as well. So let me see if we have Leo on the call with us. Leo, are you there?
Hi, Sherry.
Hello, Leo. Hi, Leo. Okay, great to have you here. We are very excited to have you here. Congratulations to be a father now. And I'm glad that Liam is allowing you to talk here.
Yeah, Liam is definitely keeping me busy and up all night, but I wouldn't trade it for the world. It's the most incredible gift to be a father, and I'm very grateful for the GWT opportunity that tomorrow is Monday here in Canada, and while everybody has to go to work, I get to stay home and be with the family. So this is a dream that I had 7 years ago, is to one day have a family and be able to stay at home and spend time with them. And now, because of the residual income with this opportunity, I get the chance to do that, and there's no words to explain how good that feels.
I know. I totally agree with you. I'm with you on this part 100%. You know, as a mother, and I get that too. So this opportunity allowed us to do that, and which is the most valuable gift we have received from this business. And please share with us. You know, you've been traveling around. You have experience, you know, and talking to those leaders and you know, you did a lot of great, amazing trainings and tours. And let's focus on a special visit you had back in February 2014. What have you, you know, what did you go there for, and what have you experienced, and what's the result that you brought out from that visit?
Well, hello to everybody on the call today. Thank you, Sherry, for giving me an opportunity to share my experience. It was about a year and a half ago that I was sitting on the beach in Miami, enjoying a beautiful sunny day by the ocean, and I got a call from the CEO and founder of our company, Ramin Mesgarlu, who said, "I need you to be in Nigeria in 48 hours." For a very special VIP visit and to deliver something very special. So, you know, obviously, you know, we're here to build the company as a whole, and if there's something that you know, we can do to help the company to become bigger and better, even if it's not in our team, even if it doesn't benefit us directly, you know, it's our responsibility to be able to assist. And so I said, sure. So, you know, it wasn't easy. We had to do a lot of things. I was in Miami. I had to go to either Washington or Ottawa to find a visa, to get my visa, put in my passport. And, you know, usually it takes a few weeks to do that. I needed to do it in 48 hours. The next morning, I was supposed to go to Washington, but there was a huge snowstorm. And, you know, I couldn't go to Washington because all of the airports were canceled. So the only other place for me to go was Ottawa, and so flew over to Ottawa. Also, there was a snowstorm there, but luckily the airports were open. Had to do a lot of running around and figure out a way to get the passport, but you know, we figured out how to do it. And then I had to fly to Toronto to pick up a special package from Ramin, who met me at the airport. And then I picked up the package from the airport, from Ramin at the airport in Toronto, and then I got right back on a plane, and I was in Nigeria. And, you know, it was my first time there. And, you know, I figured since I'm there in Nigeria, I might as well do some events and do some boot camps and do some tours. So it was very last minute. You know, the leaders there didn't have a lot of time to plan. It was Comfort and Haua that were doing all the running around and trying to make everything happen. And, you know, they did whatever they could. So, you know, we had some great events, some great tours, jam-packed tours all over the city. And we had a boot camp. And, you know, the boot camp was very interesting because the night before I got food poisoning. And when I woke up that morning, it was a really tough morning for me. I had a fever. I couldn't stand. I couldn't eat. But, you know, I had, you know, a bunch of people waiting at the boot camp for me, so I had to go to the boot camp. I actually couldn't even stand for the whole boot camp. I had to sit down because I had no energy at all, high fever, couldn't eat anything. And I did a 7-hour boot camp over there, sitting down with a fever. And, you know, I did whatever I could for the Nigerian people because I knew the difference that this opportunity was going to make in their life. And, you know, it was well received. People learned a lot. And we just had a great time. It was, you know, Brian did a good job when he went there the first time, and I was just, you know, extending my knowledge and my experience. Every leader has their own knowledge and every leader has their own experience, and we share that with as many people as we can. And, you know, I remember that Abdul Razak, your national ambassador, Abdul Razak, he, at that point, he got started, but his wife name was in the position, and he wasn't really doing the business because he was doing other things, and he wanted his wife to do the business. And after I came, I believe he attended a few of our events, and I think it was maybe the day before I was going to leave, he came for a one-on-one meeting with me at the hotel, and we had some food, and we talked about the opportunity and training, and he started to get a little bit more excited and more excited about it. And after I left, he switched over the position from his wife's name to his name, and the rest is history. He's now one of your top leaders, top earners, and I'm so proud where he's come from to where he is today. And I'm proud of everybody there, because it was still quite a new opportunity over there when I was there. We also had a CDSE dinner where I took out about 10 or so of the diplomats and ambassadors in Nigeria, and that was back then. And I think today we have a little bit more than 10 diplomats and ambassadors in Nigeria. We have many, many, many diplomats and ambassadors there. So we talked about some of the things that worked during my events, some of the things that didn't work during my events. Sometimes I had to give some tough love, and it's understandable because Ramin, our CEO and founder, has created such an incredible system from his 30 years of experience in this industry that most of the people that were in the business when I was there, they came over from other companies, and they weren't taught what we are taught here by our CEO Ramin. And so, like Brian said, I was the messenger delivering the message from our CEO and making sure that the systems were put in place, making sure that our tours were duplicated, surveys, things like that. And they understood what they weren't doing, and they understood what they needed to do, and they fixed it really quickly. And because of that, there's now thousands of people that are able to have an incredible life, that are able to give their time to their families, that are able to live the lifestyle that they've always wanted to live. And that's what this opportunity is all about. And now you have an opportunity, everybody in Nigeria has an opportunity to keep the momentum going with something that doesn't really happen, but it's happening in Nigeria because of the effort and the results that you guys are putting in. You guys now have the opportunity to have our CEO and founder, Ramin Masgarlu, there, along with our VP and our top earners, to be able to learn from them and to take your businesses to a whole other level. So this is something that you don't want to waste. This is an opportunity that you want to personally bring at least 10 guests yourself to each and every one of these events, because obviously our CEO and founder Ramin is very motivational, inspirational, and he's going to share his vision. He's going to share a lot of stuff, and I guarantee you that all of the guests that you bring are going to be getting started, and you're going to learn so much that's going to help you to expand your business and grow your business, so that you can become a part of the 25,000 per month club. You can become a part of the 10,000 per week club. Your business and your life is going to become completely different after the events that are going to take place in Nigeria. So, whatever you have to do, if you have to sacrifice, do that. If you have to take time away from other things to be able to focus it on making these events the biggest events, you should definitely do that, because if I were you, I wouldn't waste another minute. Actually, as soon as this webinar is finished, if I were you, I would get on the phones and start calling everybody I know and start posting flyers and letting everybody know that this is a once-in-a-lifetime thing. And the fact that they're coming in on private jets, they're going to be flying all over Nigeria on private jets, they're going to be creating all this excitement and momentum there. Nigeria is going to go from 5,000 people to 10,000 people really, really quick, and it's going to start because of this. So use it wisely. Make sure your team is on the phones every day. We want to follow the forensic network system, and we want to make sure that everybody does, to make sure that we keep changing lives and making a big difference. So I had a great time there. Thank you all for doing what you could do to make my trip there successful for everybody, and you guys have taken it to a whole other level now. So I'm proud of all of you. And let's keep it going all over Africa. It's not just Nigeria, it's many different African countries need this opportunity. That's our motto. Business you need, products you want, and people need this opportunity. They need it because they're not living the life that they want to live, and life is short. We're not going to be here for a long time. We're here for a good time, and we need time and money to give us a good time in life. So I'm grateful that this opportunity has given me that time and that money to be able to live the life with my family as I want. And now we need to help as many people as we possibly can. So as our CEO always says, be process oriented, not end result focused. So focus on making your 40 calls a week part-time, 100 calls a week full-time. Focus on staying E&E, excited and exhausted. Focus on helping enough people get what they want so that you can have what you want, because really that's the only way it's going to work. So, thank you everybody for joining me on the call today, and I'll pass it on back to Sherry.
Well, thank you so much, Lior, to share with us your wisdom here, and we really appreciate that you went to Nigeria back in February 2014, and you wake up some also sleeping giant, like Brian said. I know, for the matter of fact, like Abdul Razak, latest national ambassador, who who woke up because of you, and from that he step by step he became ambassador and a regional ambassador, national ambassador. He's making thousands of dollars, and as this one that we already know, he $25,000 a month income. That's a huge milestone, and it just this is what you have that you have done a tremendous job in waking up some sleeping giant over there, and of course give the training that they need to be trained, and give the necessary tour to them, and now Nigeria to this size, and you have done a amazing job, and I appreciate you for that. So let's move down to, I would love to invite Abdul Razak to share a few words. He was here online, and I think he went offline because of internet issue as well. Brian, do you see Abdul here?
I see him in the panelist side under staff.
Oh, okay. Let me see.
I've unmuted him, so you should be able to speak.
Okay, great.
Hello, Sherry, can you hear me?
Now we can. Great. Abdul, how are you?
Hi.
Hi.
I'm great. How are you?
Very, very good, and I appreciate you for that you are on call with us, and we know you are the Mr. Duet, and you have done amazing job, and please share with us a few words, about what this experience has brought to you, like especially let's talk about the big company events. Let's focus on that. That's our focus today. So we understand that you met with Lior when he came to visit, and you were there when Brian and Renee came to visit Nigeria, and you are part of the planning team. The corporate visit upcoming in November. So share with us, please, and what this big event can do for our luxury consultant. What's in it for them, from your experience?
Yeah, thank you so much, Sherry, and good evening, good afternoon, good morning, everybody that's on the call. Quickly, I just want to say a big thank you to all the leaders, especially National Ambassador Comfort, Regional Ambassador Hawa, Regional Ambassador Maiwa, all the people that came in that, set the ball rolling for every one of us. So a big thank you. Wow, events is everything. everything. What I mean by that is that event just changes, perspectives. It changes lives. It makes money because I won't be here today if I didn't go to attend the event that my wife was invited to attend, and that was the training by Leo when he came in. So most people know the story. She was invited, and she couldn't go, and she asked me to go on her behalf, and I did. And I was just curious. I was curious because I wasn't doing the business. I gave her the business. So here's an international speaker coming to train, and I just said, okay, you know what? He's just going to be doing a training, but I can learn one or two things. So let me just go and take a look, and that was it. So like Leo mentioned earlier, it was the day that he was leaving. I went to meet him one-on-one, and that was when the lights popped for me. So, but if it was not the event, I won't, have that one-on-one meeting with Leo before he left. All right. So that's the power event. And then, Renee and Brian came along, for the launch. That was last year, September. And wow, it was just so amazing. We had people coming from all over the country, and it was, I mean, even before the day of the event, we started doing tours, 2 3 tours every single day. Have a lot to be thankful to regional ambassador Kafina, who very graciously, her family and herself, gave us a space in her husband's office to use for those, for our team events, and it was just so amazing because you can feel the energy, that just permeates the room in a packed room, So there's no way that you won't, feel that. Look, if you don't take action, you'll be left behind. So that is why we need to focus on the Nigeria mega tour that is coming up next week. We have a few days. Let's not count weeks. Okay, we have a few days to that big event, and it's a big event because this is the first time, and correct me if I'm wrong, but this is the first time that GWT as a company will be going into a new territory, a new market in less than 3 years. The top management of the company. We have, the CEO, the founder of the company, Mr. Ramin Misgalo, will be in attendance. We have the senior vice president, Sinaz Human, will be in attendance. We have 3 top, master ambassadors. We're talking about Ambassador Brian Arrindell. We're talking about regional ambassador, national ambassador Reza Misgalo. We're talking about regional ambassador Sean Haynes. Now, these are people that started with the company. Who else do you want to hear, about the company from? But the owner of the company, the creator of the company, the creator of all the beautiful products that we have, and the people that started with the company. This is, it's where belief gets transferred. Okay, and once you have belief, once that's all about this business. Once you have belief, the moment I believed that I could become a regional ambassador, there was no stopping. There's no stopping because you see that you have the vision that it can happen for you, and then you do everything that will make it happen. Like Leo said, you need to do everything. Have you done all that is possible? No. But when the belief is really, really, taken from one level to another, and people that never had, a strong belief before, when they see and listen to Ramin, it's all over. And Leo just say, get your prospects in front of Ramin, and they're going to sign up. They will sign up. All right, so everybody who's on the call tonight, if you didn't get your people on the call tonight, shame on you. Okay, you need to go back out there, hit the call button, and start calling right after this call. Start going on every social media that you are on and start talking about this event like it's going to happen in the next minute. Tell people they need to be there. Tell people to fly in from wherever they are. This is an important event. It can change their lives and the lives of their families. That's what it's done for me. Okay, this opportunity has allowed me, to change my lifestyle, not just my lifestyle, but my families, my wife, my children, and people that are in my family. I mean, it's a life-changing opportunity, and we're just getting started. So, I mean, it has to be the event of the year, okay? And you can't afford not to be there. If you are on the call right now and you don't have your ticket, you've not paid for your ticket yet, why, I mean, what are you waiting for? You need to secure your ticket. You need to get everybody in your front line, tell them the same thing, to buy the ticket, and they should tell everybody in their team to get the ticket. Leo said get at least 10 people to attend each and every tour. I'm raising the bar, make it 20. Make it 20 people. Because think about this. We're going to the end of the year. Many people will start to wind down, okay, for the holiday season is coming, so they're winding down. You don't want that to happen in your business, okay? What you want to do is ensure that your business is on fire, okay? Because you want to finish the year very, very strong, and you want to start 2016 stronger. And this event is exactly what you need to do that. So I am telling you once again, buy your ticket. The early bird price is still 5,000 naira. It's going to go up in the next 1 week. It's going to be 10,000 naira, and I'm not sure we're going to extend the early bird price, so don't be too hopeful. Okay, buy your ticket now. Get your team to buy the tickets. Make sure that you have a list of prospects that will attend the tours in all the 3 cities, and of course the grand finale will be on the 29th of November. You need to be there. You need to invite your VIP, everybody you've talked to before, especially, people that you think are very, very important. Make sure they attend, even if they don't kind of attend the tours, let them attend the grand finale. This is a one-time, we have a real big privilege to have the corporate to visit, Nigeria at this time. You want to take advantage of this moment. Don't miss out, okay? Don't miss out. Go out there and do it. Hit the call button, okay? Get on your social media pages and spread the word, and let's take this thing all the way. Let's just blow it up, okay? So thank you so much for the opportunity to have have the time to speak to you tonight, and I'll return the call back to Regional Ambassador Sherry.
Thank you so much, Abdulrazak, and I 100% agree with you. Whenever this huge event coming into your town, and it's rare opportunity, and we talk about the 5 top people and from the company. Like we talk about our very own CEO and the vice president, they are going to be there. They are my mentors. They are from the field. They know what we have been going through, and they understand what we need to make ourselves successful. So this is and besides them, we also have our #1 top income earner, Raza Maskalu. We have our regional ambassador, Sean Hings. We have our own Mr. Africa, master ambassador, Brian Arrindell. These 3 people are gonna be there, and this is the 3rd time that Brian flying to Nigeria, and each time he's expecting to see more people in the room. Brian, am I right about that?
Absolutely, Sherry. I'm just looking at some of these photos, and it's bringing back so many amazing memories. And as Abdurazak was mentioned, I see the photo there where I'm eating the apple was actually in Kafina's office. We had just finished the tour, and we're rushing, hadn't had a chance to eat yet, and Kafina says, Mr. Bryan, you haven't eaten yet. And I said, we're here to work. And so we were just showing tour after tour after tour, and they brought me that beautiful platter of fruit for me to, select whatever I wanted to eat. So I grabbed the apple, had a quick bite to eat, and once we finished the next tour, we were off to the airport to pick up Renee Liao. And there you see on the top left-hand picture. That's why I'm in the same shirt. I wasn't wearing the same shirt every single day. That day we were doing the tour, then we went to pick up Renee at the airport. We came back from the airport and we had a bunch of actual LCs meet us at the hotel for when our youngest millionaire Renee Liao came in, now national ambassador, 100K per month guy, walked in the door. All the LCs were there waiting for him. In the bottom picture was actually our boot camp. So imagine now all your team is in one place getting trained, getting the information, right from the mouth of the CEO, right from the mouth of the VP of product development, right from the mouth of Resimus Garlu, our top income earner, right from the mouth of Sean Haynes, Mr. Caribbean, and of course, and myself. So this is really going to be a huge, 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 thing for you to take advantage of, and it shouldn't be just for you. It needs to be for you and your team. And, Razak couldn't have said it any better. Up the bar, put yourself to the test, and let's see, how many people you can get there. And I guarantee you, your business will change has the potential to change overnight.
I agree. I 100% agree, and I actually also see our regional ambassador, six-figure income earner, Kafina, on the call with us tonight as well. Kafina is the one actually put together our last event, and she's also part of the committee organizing this event. So I'd like to invite Kafina to share a few words what she has experienced and in the last event, the huge event that when Renee and Brian came to Nigeria, and of course what's in this event, this upcoming event that you are expecting. So Kafina, are you there with us?
Yes, Sherry. Hello. Can you hear me okay?
Very well, very clear. So, Kafina, please share with us your own experience last year and your expectation for this year. Thank you.
Okay, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Sherry, how is everyone doing? For me, I cannot start my GWT experience without mentioning the name of my sponsor, the lady who showed me this wonderful, great opportunity. Her name is Haji Arisia Mao. I must mention her name when I want to talk about GWT. So the opportunity came to me about 19 months ago, and of course, I want to especially thank Comfort Negedu, National Ambassador Comfort Negedu as well, because when my sponsor came to me, we had to go to Comfort to, get more explanation on the business. And one thing I love about GWT is the fact that that support is, immediately there. So I didn't quite get to understand the opportunity even after visiting, NA, and then I sent a mail to GWT and they replied me because, at that point you will have some kind of doubts whether it's real or not, because they said, oh, yes, a lot of money to make. You will earn 500 Canadian dollars every week minimum. And I'm like, whoa, are you serious? So is it too, this is too good to be true. So I had to go, trying to find that. And when they replied me, that immediate reply from GWT was just what made it. So I got a reply, and, Comfort Negedu was copied, and Regional Ambassador Hawa as well was copied. So I've met these two ladies. So I just had this comfort in me that, okay, fine. So, we're getting to be in the right company. And of course, Regional Ambassador Hawa, very wonderful lady to work with as well, called me to say, oh, she got the mail from corporate. She would like to have a meeting with me. So we had a meeting. She was one of the first people who actually opened my eyes into the back office. Hawa was the one that was able to explain the volume points to me and showed me how it was and everything. So, going back to how GWT is, it's so, interesting and, very nice when you share the opportunity with people. Everyone is excited. Everyone wants to do the business with you. They want to make money. They want to earn 10,000 Canadian dollars or minimum 500. And knowing what the economy is back here in Nigeria, you know. But then you wonder, they want to see substance. They want to see the essence of this business and also the authenticity of the business. So it is also sweet. You talk about the business, oh, it's jewelry, it's diamonds, it's gold, you make this amount of money, but what is the essence? What is the substance? And such visits, you know, shows and gives the substance, the essence, and it shows people the authenticity of the business. So I remember when Leo Skeller came, I had to travel. But then on the last day before he left, I had to rush back to be able to, you know, meet with him. And it was a fantastic time. I didn't really gain much because I missed a lot. But then when he left, I was able to have a meeting with a few people who, you know, attended, and, you know, I didn't really gain much, but it was fine, you know. And then when the last visit was going to take place, we were all, you know, excited about it. I remember, you know, everyone around me knows that I'm doing GWT. Everyone knows that Fina has joined another business. Fina is now they call me just GWT. You know, so some are watching, some didn't join, some did. So when Brian and Renee were coming, for me, it was an opportunity to really get these people to prove to them that, look, this is what it should be. Come and join and really make the money we're making. They don't believe it. Even my husband, who is with me, every time I talk about GWT, he just laughs. He just goes like, oh God, I'm just watching. Keep on, you'll be tired, you know. And then one day my husband said to me, Fina, I can't believe that. I mean, I thought that you just do this business for about 3 months and just forget about it. I can't believe that you're down the lane 1 year. You know, so when I invited people into the to come to attend the tour when Brian and Renee visited, it was really the bomb for me. The true substance and essence of this business came out in the open. A lot of them who didn't believe it was real, those who thought it was a scam, there were some who said they were even praying for me to get delivered. What is this, you know? And they came on board. And the business just skyrocketed. I was able to recruit quite a lot of people in short a period of time, you know. So, and then Renee shared a story. I remember when we had a meeting, he said that when he joined Global World Trade, they had only 14 products. 14. And today he's still with the company and they have over thousands of products. For me, I caught that it was a great lesson for me. And I said to myself, if Renee can believe in this company with only 14 products, today I have partnered with this company with over 2,000 or 5,000 products. I don't have an excuse. How can I say it's not really a company that I should work with or partner with or do the business with? So this evening, I had a little chat with Regional Ambassador Joy Sagele, and we had heart-to-heart chats. You know, but after we had that conversation, I just thought to myself, okay, now I need to do something concerning this corporate visit. So what I did was I just created a new group, you know, and the group is just for my first generation and my second generation. And for those in my team that are sleeping giants, because I have a lot of giants in my team, but some of them are sleeping right now. So I just added them in and, you know, welcome them into that group. And I said to them, this is just the reason why I formed this group, is for us to talk about the corporate visit. And I said to them, are you aware the CEO, you know, our master ambassadors, our vice presidents of the product design are coming? I want each and every one of us to take part and, you know, invite our prospects. I've got my ticket. Have you gotten your ticket? So that is what I did just this evening. So concerning the corporate visit, all I want to admonish us tonight to do is, why don't we do something? Get down, check your frontliners, your first generation, your second. Why don't you talk to them? Get them closely together, have group meetings, you know, wake the sleeping giants, and let's see what we can do. And, you know, whatever it takes to build it, whatever it takes to get people, let them fly from here and there. I have decided, you know, to get a bus and see all the people I'm inviting. If they're telling me their challenge is not to come, transportation, maybe there's traffic, I am willing and ready. I have already spoken to a driver. He will be driving to go and get everyone from their doorstep right into that hall to meet Ramin Isgano. So tonight you're on the call. Please, people, let us move. Let us get our tickets. Like Abdulrazak said as well. I mean, that's a man that is just awesome. Abdulrazak, most times, sometimes, I also have this, mood swings. Razak would just say to me, get up, Fina, let's do this. Let's do this. This evening, I was just having a great laugh. He said to me, stay positive. He always sends those encouraging words. And honestly, I want to be one of those, luxury consultants that will get to the billion into the company. I am going to be one of the millionaires in 2025. So today, why don't we just get the tickets and talk to people? And ultimately, the CEO is coming. All our businesses will grow. We're going to make more money. We're going to hit 7 Club. We're just going to just be rolling. And I mean, Brian, Sherry, I don't know about Razak or any comfort or Are Hawa, but I'm hoping to, maybe fly back with Ramin Mesdalo in his private jet. Thank you. Back to you, Sherry.
I'll try to put in a good word for you.
You are absolutely right. I think everyone now, you are not the only one. We have everyone want to be in that private jet with Ramin and the Sinaz and of course the top leaders. Everyone.
Beam.
So Brian, why don't you talk about a little bit? Sorry, my daughter is talking to you at the same time.
Beam saying she wants to be in the jet too.
Yes. So yes, let's talk a little bit about how you feel right now, like by knowing that you are the chosen one to be on this private jet and a limo and this amazing treatment to be part of this Master Ambassadors group, and give us some insight how you feel.
Actually, Sherry, every time I see these pictures, it kind of almost brings a tear to my eye, and I'll tell you why. Because 6 years ago, I started this business just like everyone else, just me. I was alone. I didn't know if I could build it. I just had hope, and I started doing what I needed to do day in and day out, and I started talking to people. I ran into challenges just like everyone else, but I didn't let the challenges hinder me. I just kept pushing forward and pushing forward and pushing forward. 2 weeks into my business expanded into the Caribbean, and so it really blew my mind that I could have a business that was internationally based. After just being in business for 2 weeks, then my business expanded to Asia, and you and I took our first trip together was to the Caribbean in St. Martin. And then we took the trip together to Asia and spent 8 weeks in Hong Kong. And so what I saw, and I just made me reflect back to the challenges I faced at the beginning to where I was now. And I looked and I said, can you believe this? 6 years later, I'm getting basically flown around the world first class. I'm actually being taken on private jets and private security and limousine service and all this stuff. But 6 years ago when I first started, I just said, okay, if I can have some success in this business, I'll be happy. Now looking back at where I am today, literally when I think about it when I think about the CEO mentioning what he was giving to us, I just said to myself, you know what? Hard work does pay. Being resilient does pay. Being persistent pays. And that's the one thing that I draw on when I look at this. I say, you know what, the hard work and the effort, because everyone looks at where we are today and they only see the end result. They don't see the effort and the pain and the sweat and the tears and all the things that go into building, something like this. But at the end of the day, it's worth it. And that's the one thing that I say to myself, Brian, it's worth it. Here we are on the stage at the last event, and the CEO handed us our envelopes, and we opened it up, and I'm looking at this and I'm saying, what is this? And then he went on to explain that he's flying us first class to Dubai, and we're going to spend a night or two, or I don't even know the itinerary yet, but he's flying us to Dubai. We're spending a night in Dubai, seeing the city of Dubai, first class limousine service, and then the next day we're flying to Nigeria. When we get to Nigeria, we've got 3 events to go to, and Warri, Abuja, Lagos, and he's actually got us a private jet that we're going to be flying on from city to city. And I'm sitting there and I'm like reading it, and I don't know if people noticed it on the stage, but at the event, but I was stunned. I couldn't even say a single word. I was just looking at the paper and I was like, did this really just happen? And all I could do was I walked up, I gave Sanaz Human a hug, I gave Rami Muscarlu a hug, and you know what, I'm so appreciative of what that they've noticed the effort, and they've have done this for us, and that's something that's waiting for everyone. And I can't wait for the time when all of us, we're going to be on private jets flying around the world, when all of us are going to be chartering flights and taking our team and our leaders there. And that's really where we're headed. For the people who, again, have the persistence, the people who are resilient, the people who can not focus on the challenge, or focus on the problems, focus on the solutions. We're going to get there, and I'm so excited that we're going to do it together.
Absolutely. I know a lot of people are saying they didn't want to go to Nigeria because of whatever they heard on the news, and they are all now everyone wants to go to Nigeria. Correct?
Yeah, exactly. It was funny because I said to a couple of people just in jest when we were at the event. I said, "Oh, so you coming with me to Nigeria?" They said, "No, no, no. You go. I know you can do it," and blah 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 blah. And then after the CEO announced that he was flying us there first class, and he had gotten us a private jet, everyone who had said they weren't interested in going, now they all want to come, and they want to come in our suitcases. So I'm like, okay, yeah, whatever.
Absolutely. It's a huge surprise to you and to us all, and we can also give us a lot of, I would say, inspiration and get something that we look forward to, and we know we can do it. We know what this company would do to treat our leadership. And that's something that you really don't see in other companies. The consistency and the persistency of a leader, and the efforts you put in. You are in the business for 6 years, and Sean Haynes about 8 years, and Raza in the business for 10 years. I mean, the efforts you guys put in, our CEO can see in his own eyes, and that's why you got what you got, and this is something that we all look forward to be part of. So I know that the time is running a little bit longer than what we expected, but the main focus is literally like here. Get your people to the big event. As Brian actually said at the very beginning, and actually reiterated by all the leaders here, waking up your sleeping giants. That's what the big event can do. You want your sleeping giants to wake up now and to really get this business, do this business, and understand, to grab this in their heart, to get them really up and doing things, right? And to get business moving, and duplicate. That's when you be officially financially free is when your team duplicate what you do and to achieve what they need to be achieved to the level they want to be. Okay, team. So I think we have most people that I like to invite to share already. Let me see if there's anyone else like to share a few words from our team or from this this webinar. We have. Let me see if we have. I know we have our regional ambassador Maria Gaderia right now in Europe, listening to this event, this webinar right now. She also has some people in Nigeria herself, part of that team. And I like to invite Maria share a few words, because Maria actually been traveling around the world and opening new markets. I like to hear from her, but I think she has internet problem herself too. And okay, and the other person actually encouraged me to put this webinar together is Dr. Anthony and Regional Ambassador Joy. I'd like to get them to share a few words, and then we're gonna close the webinar. So, Dr. Anthony, are you there? Dr. Anthony, you are muted on your side. You are unmuted here.
Okay, good evening, everybody. Good morning, wherever you are.
Okay.
Hello, Sherry.
Yes.
Okay, so great job tonight. I've been listening, getting so revved up. And, you know, this is exactly what I expected. It's exactly what I thought, because somehow I just knew that with the coming of our master ambassadors, our CEO and senior vice president, this business is just going to go in multiple leaps. And I know the power of events in my line of work and ministry activities. I know what events does to teams of people. And so contemplating this upcoming event, I knew that all I needed to do was just to get my people in there, get my prospects in that hall, get as many people in that place, and definitely, it's just going to be a wake-up call for those who are sleeping. It's going to be sign-up galore for those who are hearing about the business, you know, directly from the source. You know, so all I'm going to say tonight on this call is this. Every person on this call, you owe yourself something, you owe your generation something, you owe your children something, you owe those you are going to meet in the future something. And that is to get as many people to hear this amazing opportunity, to know more about this business, and be part of history in making. History is being made. Nigerian markets, the African markets is going to experience an amazing explosion. With the phase 5 and all the new innovations, this event is just that pull of the trigger that is required to send the bullet flying. You know, so everybody out there, get your tickets, get your team stirred up. As a follow-up to this webinar tonight, you know, call up the leaders in your teams, call up all the prospects that you have, call up all the LCs in your team, and make sure they also duplicate exactly what you've done. Tell them you bought a ticket, tell them the arrangements that you have made for yourself, you know, and targets that you have given for yourself, and let them duplicate exactly the same thing. Let's take this to the billion, people. Thank you very much, Sherry, and all our amazing leaders, our wonderful leaders who have shared tonight. I've learned so much, we've learned so much, and of course you heard my daughter, you know, trying to talk on the call as well just now.
Just like Bin Bin. And congratulations to you, newborn as well, Dr. Anthony. You know, you and Regional Ambassador Joy has, you know, inspired me so much because the work ethic you guys put together, and I know Regional Ambassador Joy has been assured achieved her status in, as a regional ambassador as the fastest in GWP history. and while she was pregnant, while you had a busy job working outside out of town, and now there's so many things that happening at the same time, and giving birth and a chief regional ambassador in the same month. That is just so amazing. You are inspiration to me, and and this upcoming event, and you guys are also part of the planning committee as well. And I know this is going to be a huge hit for the people in Abuja, in Warri, in Lagos, and you literally need to take this opportunity to heart and promote to 10, 20, 30, 50 people, bring them to the events, and make that happen to your life. So I would give actually Mr. Africa, Brian, to close this call, and to to say a few the final words on this webinar. Brian.
Thank you very much, Sherry. And you know what? Thank you. I want to actually thank you, Sherry, for everything that you've done for this team. I know that you've been a huge asset to us. Helping us with organizing these calls and the trainings that go on a weekly basis. Without you, I know they wouldn't be running as smoothly as it is, and we definitely appreciate it. But I actually want to leave this with everyone, because I sat down, I guess it was about a week or two ago, and I actually put pen to paper to, put out some of the goals and things that I wanted to accomplish myself personally. And our CEO has always said something. He said that if you want to get, if you want to get everything in your that you want out of life for yourself, you need to help as many people as you can to get what they want. And one of the things that I put on paper was that I wanted to help 50,000 people to actually be able to achieve their goal, their vision, and their target, financially utilizing the global wealth trade opportunity. And I know that it's just a matter of time before we are going to be helping well over 50,000 people to do that. But I mean, within the framework of that number, how many people do you want to help? How many people do you want to impact on your team? I know that we've had so many people who have experienced so much success and milestones, both financial and otherwise. But what do you want for your team, and what do you want for your business? And when we take a look at the fact that we're on our way to the billion, what market share of that billion do you want to be a part of your business? And so that's what I want to leave with you. This is going to be the thing that's going to take that step towards achieving whatever that number is, whatever that target is. Whatever you do from today is going to be the thing that's going to start that ball rolling towards attaining that as quickly or as slowly as it comes about based on your action. If you take massive action, it's going to happen faster. You take mediocre action, it's going to happen slow. It's going to happen slower. It's up to you to drive it. And it's going to start not tomorrow. It's going to start right after this call. I know it's late there, but some people are going to get online and they're going to send whatever it is, Facebook messages. Some people are going to get online and they're going to send emails. And it's going to start now. And the people who start it right away are the ones who are going to see the results happen in lightning speed. So, that's all I want to say. I want to thank everyone for what they've done so far. As Razak said, and he says it all the time, we're just getting started, and I firmly believe that this market is going to be a totally different market come come December of 2015. It's going to be a totally different market, moving in a totally different direction at a totally different speed, and you're either going to be part of the movement, or you're going to watch the movement leave you behind.
Well, let's wake up the sleeping giants team. I think that's what the main thing that we all got out of from this call tonight. And everyone knows someone in Nigeria. If you are not in Nigeria, make that connection and make sure that you send people to this event. Even though you are probably, some of you are in Europe, some of you are in Middle East, or wherever you are, make that connection with the people who know somebody in Nigeria, and make that event as part of your event. So that's I like to share for tonight. And thank you so much, everyone, to be on this call. And the call, I'm signing off from California here.